to another thrilling Sunday of the Power Series. I'm yours truly, Samuel Adranyi. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good dawn, good whatever it is, and wherever you find yourself on the globe. This is another super exciting episode of the Power Series. First of all, apologies for the late start. We had some technical issues with our systems, but the God's been so good on us. They've blessed us for the systems to work. So we're going to have an awesome and interesting session. As you all know, before I get started, I always like to go in and tell you what's up, and I'm going to do that. When we come back from this short montage, we'll be going into why we are here today. Stick and stay. Awesome, we're back. And well, like in part of the announcement, well, if you didn't know, drum roll, and yes, clap. Yep, Microsoft Build 2020 is starting this Tuesday. If you haven't registered, go and register aka.ms/build. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be interesting. There's a lot of stuff going on, like talks from Dona Saka, from Scott Hanselman, from Jeff, from from all those all the crazy people out there that you're following. Make sure you sign up. There's also a lot of community events going on. I know there's one going the one held for most of the communities in Nigeria as well. And yeah, in Australia, I'm also speaking at one of the community events. So hey, make sure you sign up. And this is like a $2,000 plus thing that is being made free virtually. All you need to do is just go sign out, aka.ms/build or mybuild.microsoft.com, and have your own customized experience. Select the sessions you want to join, and hey, have some fun. Awesome. Well, yes. Make sure you don't miss it. Go sign up. Well, before we get into today's guest, well, this is one of our own from the continent, our own brother, um, from from just a couple of hours away from us. Well, in today's episode, he's going to talking to us about some AI visuals. Well, to make this possible and to make this fun, ladies and gentlemen, think let me get my drum roll ready. With a drum roll and my clap, let's welcome David Abu. David, welcome. You're live. You are live. What's up? Hold on, David. It looks like I don't think they can hear you. Let's quickly fix this. Yeah, I mean I can hear you, but they cannot hear you. So hold on. Let me fix this quickly. I think
Okay.
yeah, I think you should be active now. Awesome. Yep. Welcome again, David, to the show.
Thank you, Samuel. Thank you, Samuel. Good job. Good work you're doing in Africa. Thanks for sharing the knowledge for some time now. It's good.
Yeah.
Thank
Also, I
you for
mean,
bringing me to your show.
well, I'm still waiting for your guy. Oh. Your guy no show yet. Oh. Your guy no show yet. We're waiting for Deep Brown himself. I know we had some conversations about that. I've not just responded, but I know that he's a very busy guy, but definitely yes, we're going to have him on. But it's amazing, yes. What better
Okay.
way to get things going than to get people ourselves and all that. Foyi, I see you. Welcome to the stream. Like sharing the knowledge, we need to share it because people need to understand that it's not just the Oyibo people that can do it. We can also do it, but we need to grow it
Yeah,
from home.
yeah.
So hey,
Mm-hmm.
I appreciate you spending the time and joining us. So as
Thank you.
always,
Thank you.
viewers, listeners would like to know who is David Abu. You can tell us a bit about your life, how you got into technology, how you got into the Power Platform and Power BI, and then we can take it from there.
Okay. So my name is David Dabu, and okay, so I have been the numbers guy. So I love numbers and it's fine. But for when it comes to technology, no, not really. But I read sociology in school, finished 2015. So it was like not close to anything technology. Yeah. But in 2018, everything needed to change. And I needed to ask myself what I really wanted to do after NYC. Now in Nigeria, we have to do one NYC
Yeah.
say for 1 year and everything like that. And you're like, okay, fine. I need to do something. I need to have a skill. Sociology didn't give me a skill that much. So I needed a skill, and I love data. And that was where I find my Oga that you like. So I needed to just, so I needed to like, wow, I think I like what this guy is doing. And that was where I said, okay. So, but I like, okay, I got into data, learned Excel, do everything. And like that, 2019, opportunity came in for me to learn Power BI for free.
Mm,
And that is what
mm,
D Brown Consulting have been doing for a while for
yeah.
free. And I like, wow, I got into the boot camp. From the boot camp, I got into Power BI. And that is how we have been from 2019 down here.
Awesome. I mean, talking about the
Yeah.
bootcamp, I think he has one coming up, right? I think I saw a poster or something of another free bootcamp coming up, right?
Yeah, yes. So in Deep Brown, we try to do boot camp every year to train 20 to 25 people.
Mm.
So we are the one doing it this year. We are doing it this year, but because of what is happening in the world, so we try to stop it. But we'll come back when everything is fine to do it. So we do it every year. So that's how I got into tech. So that is it.
Awesome. Any challenges? Any challenges? Your journey through tech. Were there any like pivotal point in your life that you had certain challenges you had to overcome? To be the David we are talking to today.
Oh, there were many.
I
There
like
were
that.
many, man. There were. So the first one was to the first thing to understand when it comes to we coming into the David of technology that you know today is to understand that yeah, good. I was brilliant, I was intelligent, but it wasn't like that. Technology is a whole new field entirely, and you're working with the best. You need to be the best at what you do. So the first thing I needed to understand was to practice, practice, practice. So for you first, for me first, I needed to practice. I
Yeah.
needed to sit down and practice, 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 practice. And one thing is this: I thank God for the boot camp. The boot camp was the major point actually.
Mm,
The boot camp was the major point because after the boot camp, I got a job, and the
yeah.
job has made me train over 600 people when it comes to Power
Wow.
BI, Excel, over 600. So the boot camp was just the turning point. Without that boot camp, maybe I
Mm,
would have been working as a data analyst, fine, but not maybe as a Power Platform
platform.
guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so now I do the Power BI, I do Power Apps, I do Power Virtual Agents, I do the Power Automate, I do a whole lot of automation. So I think that the bootcamp was a turning point, and me being among the best brain. Imagine you working with David Brown. You
Oh
have to
yeah.
be the best.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
I
have to
mean
just be the best.
that alone is like a huge like the bar is like way way high. That
Exactly. So it was the bar. So it was me working with the best person in the world, and he would tell you that, hey, see, we are not trying to be the best in Africa. No, no, no. We are trying to be the best in the world, and that's what has pushed us. Every month we do a free life lab in Nigeria here every month, and we try our best for you to train people for free. We do it
yeah.
for free, and that thing has made us share more knowledge, and has
Mhm.
even helped us to improve.
Yeah.
So that was the challenge that we needed to do. I needed to pass through.
Yeah. That's amazing because one of the common traits that most people who are doing tech and those that are doing it well is the fact that at some point they realize the fact that look, it's not just about me. It's about at some point giving back, learning how to give back, and through the process of giving back, you even better yourself and learn more. So that's like a very key thing that
Exactly.
anybody
Exactly.
watching or listening should have at the back of your heads that to be the best, you have to share what you know. You have to teach, you have to give it out. That's the only way you can get there. And don't forget, practice, 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 practice. Awesome,
Practice,
awesome,
practice,
awesome,
practice.
awesome. That's interesting. Well, today we're going to talk about some AI visuals. As you can see, I'm in my Power BI, repping my Power BI shirt.
Cool, cool,
Oh, and
cool.
we have Yao on the stream. Yao, welcome, welcome, welcome. Good to see you on the stream. Thank you for showing. I think at this point, I'm just going to flip to you and you can share your screen. And then, hey, till the show ends, it's all yours now. Take it away from me.
Okay, so we'll be talking about the AI visuals. What do we mean? Before I share my screen, what do we mean by
Yeah.
the AI? Now, one thing about Power BI, or what Microsoft is trying to do, is to help us understand that there are some AI machines or some AI tools that can help us understand our data better, even without us putting too much of effort in it. And I have to, let me just share my screen. So I have to just share my screen right now. Okay. So when we are dealing with AI, we are trying as much as possible to see that we are trying to make everybody understand that the visuals that we are trying to use is to help us solve a data problem, a presentation problem. So we
So
want to
David,
present, we want to look
sorry
at,
to cut you in, David. Can you
okay,
minimize my inset at the top? On top of the slide.
okay,
Awesome. Yes, if you can.
can you
Awesome.
see?
Yeah, we're good. Now take it away.
Okay, so now this is our topic that we'll be dealing with AI visuals in Power BI. Now, we mean Power BI has to do with business intelligence for those who really don't understand too much of Power BI. We're trying to say that, hey, there's a data here. What are the intelligence that we can bring out from this data to help us solve a business problem? To help us solve a business problem. So now this is David. So we've done some stuff about it. We've talked about this guy, so let's leave this guy alone. So now the first thing we want to talk about is this. Now, if we go to our visualization field, now you're going to see these are our visualizations, and all these visuals does something in to help us solve a data problem. So now, if we want to do stuff, we need to try to say, okay, which type of visual help us solve a problem? Now, the visual that you're seeing here is the key influencer visual. And one of it is this, before I let you do this. So now if you look here, you're going to see the key influencer visual here. Now, if you see, you're going to see a bulb there. Now, this bulb tries to tell you that it's an AI visual. Now, if you look at also this bulb, this is a decomposition tree, and is a visual also that tries to tell us that it's an AI visual. And this is Q and A. So we are going to be looking at those three and also others for you to see how they help us solve it. Now, this is an e-commerce business. So let me go to my data and you can see this. This is an e-commerce business. We have the sales date, we have the ship mode, we have the different ship mode, we have the standard class, we have the first class, we have the second class, the standard class, we have the customer details, we have the country, we have the state, the region, we have the product category, where we have the category and the subcategories, we have the sales, we have the quantity. Now, this is just, let's say, an e-commerce sales data. So with this sales data, we want to try to bring out some insights on the type of sales or on the result that we need to make us take better decisions for, let's say, next year, or let's say for the next 2 years. You understand, for our fiscal period. Now, the first one I want to show you is this, and we have the key influencer. So you are trying to analyze the product analysis. And if we look at the product analysis, we are trying to see that, oh, this key influencer, we want to help to solve a problem of what influences a metric. So key influencer is this. So I am trying to analyze revenue. I am trying to say, okay, how can we explain this revenue and what influences the metric called revenue? If we can explain that, we can actually analyze and say, oh, this is what is affecting and this is what is not affecting. Are you getting it now? So now, if we look at this, I brought in, and one thing about key influencer is that you have to bring in more data. So I brought in this product, the two products that you can see. I need to bring them in. I brought in segment, I brought in ship mode to try to explain this. And I use year and month to expand. Now, if you look at this, you can see what influences revenue to increase. Now, if you look, this is our top segment, key influencers. There are two tabs that you see in your key influencer visual. Now, in our subcategory, we have that share in our average increases our revenue. So whenever we sell shares, we have the possibility to have increased revenue. So this is a business analysis. So if you are trying to analyze a product, you are trying to say that, see, shares have a better opportunity to make us more revenue than others. Now we can have in our category level, we have technology. So if I click technology, if you notice this changed also, which we talked about this, the line, the average line, which tells us that whenever a sales is more than 648, technology has the high rate to increase our revenue. And that is what we are talking about. Sam, can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm following. I can hear
Okay,
you loud
cool.
and clear.
Yeah, so now we have the subcategory, which is this table also. So after the chair, we have subcategories, the tables, and we have the phone. Now look at this. The ship mode is standard class. It says that whenever we click standard class, now see it. It means that standard class have the possibility of giving us high revenue in our sales analysis than our second class, than our first class. So we have to look at, oh, okay, now the question is this. Are we now, let's look at even if our revenue is decreasing, what makes it decrease? Can you now see? It's trying to tell us that the office supply makes it decrease. We have the fasteners, the labels, the arts. All these are the ones that make our revenue to reduce. So for a business, for an e-commerce, they now understand where to focus their sales on or their energy on in the next fiscal period. Now that is our key influencer. And key influencer came out in February 2019. So now, but if you want to go further, we want to really go further to understand this. We can go back to increase. Let's go to increase and let's click top segment tab. Now, can you see? It tells us that this itself is the one that makes it increase. So we are looking at, if you remember, we are looking at chairs. Chairs is 721. So we go back to top segment and we look at the price. Now, if we click it, it gives us another analysis. It gives us another analysis for the quantity of the unit and the average price at which that makes it. So this is how our product analysis go in using our key influencer visual. Now we can see a whole lot more here. So imagine I come down to my format visual, my format, and I click analysis. Now, do you see enable count? This enable count is turned off. So if I turn it on, something will happen. So let me turn off. So if you look here, there is nothing happening here. Here is kind of empty, but let me switch on the enable count. See the enable count. Now it's talking about impact. The normal impact that we've been seeing for a while is talking about the impact. But see the differences here. The count shows something different. Now in count, it's trying to tell us that, see, we're not looking revenue anymore. We are looking about the count. So we are looking in relationship to revenue and count. Formerly in the impact, we are looking at just, okay, let's look at just the revenue. What makes it go up, what makes it go down. But now we're looking in relation to also the count. So if we're looking about how many sales counts that are we making, this is where everything happens. And we're trying to look at now, you notice now that ship mode standard class come up. It means that the higher the number of standard class that we are selling, the higher the revenue that we are making. Remember, our share comes down because why? We are not making the count, then we're not making much units. We're not selling much units of shares. And that is how key influencers have made us to understand what is selling and what is not selling. What do you think about this, Sam?
I mean, for a long time, I've used key influencer, like visualization before, and I knew that most of some of this Power BI visualization had AI components in it, but you've really broken it down. I mean, for that lay person to even understand that, hey, this is what it's made up of, and it's really clear. When I'm trying to explain like Power BI to people, I'm like, it's not just creating reports, it's not just creating dashboard. There's a lot of insights, analysis, and look at like all these things you can do that your regular reporting or dashboard tool will not do for you. So I mean, David, this is awesome. This is very awesome.
Cool. So now there's a different ways. Sometimes we want to do an analysis type. We might change it from continuous to, okay, it's not giving us, there's one that has to do with continuous and numbers like that. So we can improve on our analysis using the key influencer visual. Now, when we go to the second one, we can look at the decomposition tree. Decomposition tree, I love decomposition tree. You know why?
Tell
Because
me.
you can understand you can understand a whole lot of things in a simple glance with your key influence and with your decomposition tree. Now, see my decomposition tree here. Now, I brought my decomposition tree revenue. Now, same way key influencers work, I also want to analyze. Also, I want to analyze revenue, but I want to analyze it also. But this time, I want to see the revenue. I really want to see the revenue. I want to see how they affect each other. So many things that you can switch here that you will just not understand very, very fast. I can do a whole lot of things here. Now, just follow me. I brought in ship mode, the same thing I did, but I brought in state. So, like different from my key influencers visual. But see what I do. Anytime you're using key influencer visual and you brought in revenue, your plus sign will not show because you just brought in only revenue. But immediately you bring in your ship mode, your segment, your region, your subcategory, your state, your plus sign shows. Now, what is the plus sign? It's trying to tell me that, hey, I now want to do some analysis. I want you to shed more light on what makes up this revenue by different dimension or categories. And when I click here, now look at this high value and this low value. When you're looking at this high value and this low value, we are saying the AI split. I want AI to split it for me by high value, by low value. What are the things that makes this revenue to be high value among the different categories that we have? So see it. If I click my high value, it tells me immediately that Lagos is the one that is giving me the high value when it comes to my revenue. So imagine this is 2 million naira, 2 million, but Lagos is bringing close to like 500,000. Can you see the effect? So going straight to Yobe, on a normal day, in a normal sales analysis, how will you think Yobe will be the second leading revenue? In Nigeria here, you won't say Yobe. At least you can say Kano because of the population, but not Yobe. But this is the ability that your data can give you using key influencers visuals. And I can now say, oh, okay, fine. But in this Lagos, I want to see something. I want to see which type of ship mode do they use? Which type of ship mode do they use? Do they use the first class? Did they use the second class? Did they use, which one did they use? And I click it. Now, notice, they use the standard class. They use the standard class. And the standard class even have like more than 50% of the revenue in Lagos. More than 50% of the revenue in Lagos. I can also, okay, so there's so many things I can do here. So many things. But I want us to start, and I want you to see something again. Now, I don't want to use the AI split for now. I want to start from the region. Okay. Oh, and it doesn't must you need to start from segment, region. No, you can start from any one of them.
Okay.
Yeah, anyone. So I click region, and I say, okay, region. Oh, okay, Lagos. Since Lagos in Southwest is understandable. Okay, Southwest is leading. Okay, fine. But see something here. I want to now ask that. See, I want to know the products that are leading in different regions, and I click the subcategory. Oh, phones for Southwest. Okay, cool. But it doesn't mean every region is phone is the one leading. I can't accept that. But I need to just look. That's where our data comes in. And I click, oh, phone for Northeast. But look at it, North Central is saying chairs. Chairs is the one leading. So for the sales guys, they need to understand that, oh, if I am selling for North Central, maybe I have to focus my advertisement for more chairs, for more binders, for more storage, not only phones. And I'm looking at South South. South South is saying machine, not
Mm.
even phone, not even chairs.
Cheers. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Mm.
so we are looking at Northwest. Northwest is saying chairs also. Now, the more you click different one of them, you can actually see what they do. What they do. Now I click and I said, oh, okay, fine. Since it's phone, I can go again. I can look at the I value of it. I can now say, oh, okay, see it. I am here actually, southeast. Don't get confused. I am in southeast actually. My southeast is telling me that it is phone. But
Mm.
in that phone, which state is bringing
Bringing.
is
Yeah.
selling more. Yeah, so we are looking at Abia. Abia.
Oh.
Are you seeing it?
I mean,
Abia.
this is like it's a visual breakdown of pretty much your revenue. Like you can tell the story in any direction in any way you want. I mean,
Exactly.
this would take like you will probably need an analyst to go through the sales and make meaning of this by himself. Like go through the numbers. It probably take a week or so, but a couple of minutes, this is done.
This is done. This is done. This is done. So I can click on different region and they begin to understand. Notice the state changing and everything. And notice, remember, state is not showing anymore. Do you know why? Because I was asking the I value. Because I'm
Yeah.
asking I value, AI split. I did not specifically tell it that you should tell me the state. I was saying
Mm.
that give me
Mm.
the I value that makes up this revenue for
Yeah.
this phone, for this machine. So that is pretty cool for this guy. And there's one thing that you can do also. Do you see this region?
Hmm.
Hmm? Can you see a little sign here?
Yeah, it's locked.
A lock level. So now,
Yeah.
if I lock it, it means that you cannot change this category.
Mm.
You can't change it. You
So
can't
that's
change, you
fixed.
can't remove this
Ah.
because it's locked already. So if somebody wants to analyze, they can analyze this guy, but they cannot like change this guy and say,
Change.
oh, okay, I want to
Oh.
start all over again. I want to, no. It doesn't work that way because I've locked it. I want everybody to see it from the perspective of, let's say, Southeast and for something like that. So that is how it works. That is pretty cool. And that is how it works. And that
So
is how you can work so
I
many
see that
things.
I see that when you have the categories, is it editable? Like there's subcategory, there's state. Are those editable, or unless you have to add them to the value sections here?
No. Okay, I mean, if you want to add more to it
Yeah.
so that you can analyze.
Yeah.
Okay, so see now, let me just see if I can bring in something else. So okay, let me just see if I can bring in the month analysis.
Okay.
So immediately I bring in this month analysis. Notice here, I can come down here.
Hmm?
So come down here. And can you see the
Ah.
month here?
Okay. Okay.
So there's no, it's not like it's not limiting you.
Okay.
At any
Yeah.
point in time, you can see it. Oh, I know that December is one where we make the highest sales. When we make more of the
More.
sales
Okay.
is
Okay.
December.
That makes sense.
Then June, yeah. So you can change it, you can switch, then you can move and you can enjoy yourself.
There's a question from Ojo Ayobami. He's asking that can the data sets be shared maybe later so that they can also go play around with it? Is this a shareable data or this like some business data that we can't share?
Okay, so I will say I should be able to share it. I should be able
Awesome,
to share it.
awesome, awesome.
I should be able to share it. Okay, so this is how it works. This is how you enjoy the AI without really doing anything. You're really not doing much. You're just bringing one visual and tell it to just tell you the story. And that is how you tell your story. And
Awesome,
that's how you tell the
awesome.
story. So now, the next one we're going for is the Q&A
Analysis.
analysis.
Good.
This is one of the sweetest one I like. So sweet. You know why?
I was just going to ask you what makes it sweeter than, I mean, for me even the previous ones are sweeter. So what is going to make, I'm just waiting to see what makes this sweet for you.
Okay, so now this is natural language experience, kind of like you're
Ah,
typing. you're just asking the question and he's just giving you the answer.
Yeah.
He's going inside the data and giving you the answer. That is what you are doing here.
I remember
So,
before you go on, one of the
okay,
one of the things that really got me that was like 4 or 5 years ago. I mean, when Power BI was just like it had just been it was just out and stuff was going. And I was at this workshop, and the presenter did something that I was like, oh my god, this is what looking in. So I'm not so much of a numbers person, but I'm so much of
okay,
trying to get visualization and data and stuff going. And I like to
mm,
play with a lot of like digital assistants. I mean, if people who know me know that I like to do IoT and crazy stuff. So I was already invested in Alexa and Google Home Mini and all that, where you could talk and
okay, cool.
interact with it.
Mm-hmm.
But what really took me or really got me into this was he was able to do like a natural language processing or like query by asking Cortana something about a
Yeah.
sales like, and Cortana just kind of like it's just like this Q&A thing, but taking it to the Lex, and it was like that moment when my mind just exploded. I was like, think about this for a busy executive, okay, who has a smartwatch, who has all these smart digital things at home, and
You
has to go
get
for
it.
a
Get
meeting.
it.
You get the point. Even with this Q&A,
Yes.
doesn't have time to go open stuff and even open the app to see the report. He can always say maybe, hey Alexa, give me the sales by ranging by what, like, on the go. And I mean
On the
that was
go.
like, for me, I was like,
Uh,
oh no, this is the next thing.
yeah, yeah. We have a video for it on YouTube for Cortana where he was talking to Power BI and oh, give me analysis, and that is cool. Anybody wants to watch it can watch it on YouTube. So, but let us deal here on Q&A. But see what Q&A is either I bring in the visual or I double click.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So when I double click, let me just increase it so that everybody can see. So when I double click, it has already showed me some suggestion already. So like, what is the revenue by category? Show me the quantity count for last year. Show me. So yes. So any question I want to ask, I can just click on them and it's answerable. I don't want to do that one. That one is predicted already. Let me just type. So I want to type and I'm trying to say, okay, so which month, which month um, shows the highest sales, shows the highest sales, or let me just put shows the highest revenue in 2015. Which month shows the highest sales in 2015? So now, if we look at it, now we are trying to look at it and we're trying to see it. But do you see, can you see it?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yeah.
So if I click my enter, it tells me that in December
Month revenue.
2015,
Okay, okay,
it is
okay.
78,602. That
So
is it by just typing.
it's like it's doing like what we call it's identifying the intent and the utterance you are typing. So this could be
Exactly.
connected to like voice right now. So if you enable speech, let's say voice to text, this will probably translate the same thing and give you the result.
And give you the result.
Wow.
Exactly.
Wow.
Exactly. So now, sometimes you might have some issues in Q&A. So let me give you one issue. Now, let me show you something. Now we have like now we call revenue. We call it revenue, 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 revenue.
Mm-hmm,
But
mm-hmm.
imagine that I wrote sales. So
Yeah.
maybe a member of my team sales. Okay, sales. What is what is total sales? What is total sales? It doesn't make sense. Q&A does not understand. So, but it's called revenue. It's not called sales. If I put in revenue, it would have made more sense. But see what I can do here. So now, if I click it, I need to define sales.
Mm.
So I can just say, oh,
Ah.
let me just define sales. So I click to define sales. So see what I want to do. I click what is total sales and I click submit. And I'm not telling my Q&A that this sales means revenue. This
Mm.
sales
This is
means
like
revenue.
a synonym, like adding a synonym on top of it.
Exactly.
Okay.
So whenever
Okay.
somebody sells sales, it means revenue. So can you see the result, the preview of my result?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Over there on the right.
2.3.
Yeah.
Yeah, he has told me that, oh, 2.3. So I will save it. You make like save it. If I go back, it's just telling me that, oh, okay, you understand what I'm saying. So here too, you can manage it. So can you remember what I did just now? Sales is equals to
The
revenue.
revenue.
I
Yeah.
modify it to A. So I can do those things, and it's just cool like that. Then let
Yeah.
me just go back and now see it is now working. Can you remember? This is
Ah.
it.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
But that is not where we are going to. There's one thing I want to do. Let me try and do something. So now I want to look at month-to-month analysis. I want to look at month-to-month analysis, and I do like month-to-month, month-to-month revenue, doing month-to-month revenue by month, and yeah, by month and year.
Oh.
Then I
Okay.
say, let me do year 2014, year 2015. So do you see? I want you to give me month, year analysis, but in my
Mm-hmm.
year, I want to specify the year that I want it. And
Yeah.
2016.
Yeah.
But do you see the visual that is giving me? But I just don't like this visual. See, and I want to tell you that, hey, by line chart, change it for me to line chart. Done. This
Wow.
is it.
Wow. Wow. I
Yeah.
mean.
So I click enter. So you make like click enter. See it. It has given me everything that I want. But it might still have some issues because it's starting a match from the
Mm-hmm.
highest to the
Mm-hmm.
lowest. I will still need to change that, but it's fine. But now, do you see this? There's this small icon here. I have to turn this visual,
Mm-hmm.
this Q&A into a standard visual. So I
Visual.
want to
Okay.
turn it back into into a line chart. So I click it. May I click it? I want to try to edit it a little bit. I said, okay, it should sort by ascending. And I said, oh, when you sort by ascending, you should sort by month. Oh, yeah. So now you can see it now that we can see that January is so bad. And we can see that 2014, there's something that happened in 2014 in this data that
Mm-hmm.
my boss want to ask me. What made 2014 go to the peak
Yeah.
as 8.38?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think you want to
Some
ask that
analysis.
question
Yeah.
too.
I would definitely want to know. Yeah.
You want to know. So we're coming back there. We're coming back there. You're going to see it. But yeah, I just want you to see what Q&A analysis can do. The simple questions to the hard questions. You can go deep, granular as much as possible to fish out. I can just say which type of customer brought in the highest sales for me. It will give you the name. That is how powerful AI and Microsoft have made AI to be in Power BI.
Mm,
That is it.
mm, mm.
That is it. So now,
This.
which one do you now like here now? Which one do you like? Key influencers, decomposition,
I know. I
Q&A.
mean, it is all. It is, it's all very important to me because I'm looking at a small business. Okay, I'm looking at even. I
Yeah,
mean, it's applicable to enterprises as well. Don't get me wrong. But
true.
I'm looking at a small business where, they don't have the manpower to probably get a lot of business analysts like the big businesses do. Okay,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
looking at these tools within a fraction of, minutes or probably a couple of hours, we can put together a lot of insightful and interactive dashboard that will give them, like up to the minute info that they can actually adjust their business process. So for me, this is, this is really interesting.
Cool, cool. So now, so these are the AI actually, but in some visualizations, you can still bring out some AI out of them. You can
Yeah,
bring out some AI out of them. So let me show you one of them.
please
So
do.
bar chart. So bar chart. Now I want to see the ship mode analysis. Like, oh, okay, we're sending our goods by first class, standard class, second class. But I want to see the analysis. Why does it make sense that people like standard class? I need to understand why. Then I bring
Mhm.
in my bar charts. So when I bring in my bar charts, when I bring in my bar chart and I say, oh, okay, bar chart, I want to bring in ship mode, and I want to bring in my revenue. Okay. So now if we see this, so simple, but it's not really telling too much of story. It's just telling a particular story, which is standard class is what people use for their preferred transportation system when they want to get the goods from this supplier. But see what I want to check. I click on this guy. Now, in Power BI, you can analyze where the distribution is occurring. There is a distribution analysis. I want to do a distribution analysis. Can you see analyze here?
Yeah.
Can you see find where the distribution is different?
Yeah.
So I click it. This is AI. Can you see what it has done? Yeah.
Wow.
So now it's telling me the year month 2017 on the 10th on October 2017. That is what we have with 3% of record. 2014 with 2.5 with 2.5. Everything is going into our data set to tell me what is happening to each one, why everything is happening, On the 30th day of some month, we have that we always have an increase. So this will go into your data and kill it for you. It says during the weekday, you have to sell. I think you sell more on Friday. That is when you sell. So if you sell more on Friday, maybe because of the coronavirus, you don't need to go to office on Monday. You don't need to go on Tuesday. Maybe, okay, you go on Tuesday. You will not go on Wednesday. You know that you have to focus on Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday to sell your goods. So you are thinking very fast.
Yeah.
Very fast.
I'm just thinking about how we can actually correlate this to other data sets. Like, for instance, it could be weather data set. It could be season or festive data set. So you can actually correlate and know, oh, when it's raining or at this time of the month, you can.
Exactly. You can just send a pipe to it. So we call it in the modeling, data modeling, you just send a pipe to it. So you just find a data via anyone, maybe it's on Google, or you have the data set in your, depending on where you have your database. So if that is on your web or your Excel or a CSV, you just send it and connect it also to your day. If you send it to your day, I think it's going to have you and give you all you need.
Yeah.
So these are all your analysis. So you can already see how you analyze. So see what you can see here. 2017, you have the 33% of record.
Yeah.
2014, 19, 2016 to 25.5 affected your distribution. Yeah. So this is how you understand your data.
This is like taking a financial analyst, a consultant to come and give you reports like this. But this is like created all for you, and you can actually pin this and print this out. And oh my God, I mean, I don't know.
And just say, yeah.
People are, guys, look, if you're not doing this, you're missing out. And there's a very funny thing. So my father has this notebook, okay, and for I don't know how many years now, he always records rainfall pattern. Like he's able to, he's recorded it like January, February, like this is the date when it rained, and he's able to go into that book and open it and look at it and actually predicts that for the past like 4 or 5 years, every June it starts to rain after and it almost like just like magic it happened. So I'm just picturing, now telling him like that we don't need this your notebook again, and then replacing it with like stuff like this. And I mean, this is awesome. This is awesome.
So now, if I think that this visual can explain what I need for my analysis or for my presentation, I just click this plus sign. If I click this plus sign, it adds to my page immediately, and I can see it. So if I click plus, you're going to see it on my page right now, and I go out. So can you see it on my page?
Yeah.
So now you can see 2 different visuals right now on my page, and I am trying to analyze. So this is cool. So you really don't stress yourself that much. This is what Power BI does. This is what Power BI does. It's not as if there is no really work. I've done so many background work, so many analysis, fine. But still yet, your visualization is just a summary. and it shouldn't give too much of headache. It shouldn't give too much of headache. You should just try to explain, and you can tell it that, oh, it's in home office. That is, home office is the one that even results to your revenue going up when it comes to standard class. So that is how you love your. I've done your ship mode analysis for you as simple as possible using one analyze in bar chart to explain the distribution. This is
Wow.
it.
Wow. I mean,
Yeah, this is it.
folks, it's it's time to automate everything. No, no notepad again. It just says no
No, no,
notepad.
no, no
I
notepad
mean,
again. No notepad again.
I I don't
No notepad
know.
again.
I mean, I don't know what to say, because if you're seeing this and this doesn't, you don't see the value of this, then I don't know which century or which generation you belong to. Maybe you have to maybe go back, go back into generations, way back. David, this is awesome. This is amazing.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
the question will be, how do I get started? Like, what do I need to do to get to this point? People would ask.
Okay, so it has to do with you visualization. I tell people a lot if they check my pin tweets. There is a story that I wrote, show me your data, show me the data, and I was trying to explain. I tell
Yeah.
people a lot that if you are trying to show visualization, try don't give too much of edit to it. Power BI can analyze it for you as simple as possible. But where the work is the beginning part, is where you get your data. Your data has to be clean. You have to follow your 7 golden rules of data sets. When you're done with that, you have to create your relationship. And this is where I've done my creating my relationship. If you can see my data
Oh,
here,
okay.
I've done creating my relationship. I've done everything is neat, and you can see it. Apart from that, then I come back here to can play with my
Yeah.
data, and how can I can ask. You're trying to ask. You're just trying
Act
to
on. Yeah.
ask Power BI, give me, give me, give me, give me. You're not really trying to push too much of effort to it. Are
Yeah.
there efforts? Yes, there are, but it's not really in the visualization. I think it's more have to do with the calculations. We have so many dark code that you
Yeah.
have to write, and you have to do all those ones. But the visualization just try to show you the beauty of those calculations that you have, just the beauty of it. And if you can get the beauty, you are good to go. You are good to go. You are good to
Awesome.
go.
Awesome. 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 Well, folks, we've spent an hour. I mean, it has been awesome. It's been thrilling. It's been educative. It's been insightful. Thanks so much to Abu for
So
making this happen. I it's incredible. If you haven't started, I think he mentioned it. There are a couple of things you can do. I mean, look at this. This is just awesome. Putting all of things together. But
yeah, I brought everything together.
mhm, mhm.
Yeah, I brought everything together. So
This
there's
is
one more though, but because of time, it's fine.
Oh no, I
So I
mean, I
brought
mean, if
everything
if
together.
if you can do that in like the next, 2-3 minutes, we can allow you to do
Okay.
that. I mean, we love to learn on this show.
Okay, so let me be fast with that. So now I want to see now increase and decrease, just the way we have your key influencers visual, and let me just bring in your increase and decrease again for you. I want to look at that, and I'm trying to see what we have. Let me just bring in okay, let me bring in months. Let me bring in months, and let me bring in revenue in space of 2 minutes. Okay, simple as this. But my boss will be complaining that, okay, David, what happened here? You have December going up, everything is going down. What's the
Yeah.
problem with ourselves? So see, I want to just do something. I click here. So remember this. This is also the same thing. Remember when we did our
Yeah.
Q&A that I wanted to do here? Yeah.
Mhm.
So we can do the same thing here. I click here and I say analyze. Do you see explain the
Explain this
increase?
increase. Yeah.
Yeah, I want to explain what is happening
What's
here,
causing it? Yeah.
guys.
Yeah.
Why? What is happening here? So this is where I start telling my boss these are the different reasons why you have your increase in March. In March. So this is it. So it just shows that way like that, and that is just it. So what I just did was to bring everything together, and I say, okay, fine. So explain your increase, just the same thing. Explain increase. Yeah, I can do this, and I can say, if I click here, it's supposed to give me my okay. Uh, Uh, Trying to let me see what's happened to my data. My month. Okay. Okay. I think I have clicked on something that is making me. Yeah. So I'm looking at January alone. I'm
Hmm?
looking at January alone. I'm trying to explain. So that's just how it shows, really. So you can just look at something. So I brought the story together here. I brought audio story
All this.
together,
Okay.
and I can now
Okay.
explain everything
Mm.
here. I can just explain everything. This is the e-commerce analysis together. I can just explain everything. So everything that we've done for the past an hour, this is this. This is how
Yeah.
everything comes together.
Yeah. Wow. I mean, this is amazing. This is awesome. I mean, so if you're watching, you're listening, hey, it's time for you to get out there and just start building. That's the problem. You see, most people watch these videos, see these things, but they fail to act on them. They are like, okay, I need to get
Mhm.
started, but when? Or I'll do it, and it never happens. Take that
True.
action. You've watched it. Take the next step. Go try it out. Yes, don't worry if your graphs or charts don't look as cool as this one. Like he said, practice, 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 and you will
Oh,
get there.
you want to see my first visualization? It was bad. So don't worry. It's like that. There's always a first timer. There's always a first timer. You need to understanding colors and everything like that. It will come naturally. It will come when you start reading different books on visualizations. But that will come. It's fine. It will come. But stay here. Working, practice, 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 practice will get you there. It will get you there.
Awesome, awesome. All right. So, David, if you can just end the screen share so we can bring you back to focus, so we can have our
Okay.
view working beautifully. I'm seeing some animation
Um,
happening.
okay. So
Yeah,
yeah.
awesome. So, thank you very
Thank
much,
you.
David. I mean, spending your time. I know you're ahead of me, so it's like 10:14 area right now.
Yeah.
But hey, for the love of the community, for doing,
Thank you very
I
much for
mean,
having me.
much appreciated. I know that this is not the end. I mean, we're definitely going to be talking, and when we need to bring you back, definitely we're going to bring you back. So, I mean,
Fine. Cool.
thanks again for, and please tell your guy that we're waiting for him. We're patiently waiting for him.
I don't know if he's watching this, but sure. I'll tell him.
We're waiting for him. All right. Okay, folks. This has been another interesting episode of the Power Series. We're blessed to have David Abu to share light on some AI visualization, and this has been awesome. Till I come your way next week with another training episode. Stay safe, please. If you really don't need to go out, and stay safe. We need to beat this thing. COVID is real.
Yeah.
Stay safe so that
Yeah.
when this blow out, we can have all the chilling and fans that we want to. So, from myself, from David, and from the entire crew, we're out. Stay safe.